What's going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today we're going to talk to you about Rivian. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what's really been coming out associated to the company, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that said, let's get right to it. So currently it is green 0.36%, but it's been a very volatile day. So new 52-week and all-time low of $8.26, and so far a high of $8.53. So you can kind of see it does want to break out. Big money is buying it, and you can also see that based off of the volume. So 6.9 million shares have been traded so far within the first 30 minutes. 45.7 is the average. These are some of the transactions that have occurred so far today on the secondary market. These are some of the ones from yesterday. So big money is really continuing to look at Rivian, and no doubtably it is linked to this right here. So if we just pop over to their financials, as I've brought up in the past, if you do simply just look at their cash and cash equivalents, not even their short-term investments, it's 7.8 billion. And let's say you do want to group in their short-term investments as a grand total, cash and cash equivalents and short-term investments, 9.3 billion. Just to give you a quick overview of this, their market cap is 8.21 billion. So logically, their market cap right now and the share price equivalent is just cash. And of course, that was from their last earnings. So let's say they are still burning about 1.1 billion just from their operations. Well, logically, again, this is exactly where it should be. So the true intrinsic value is $8 and change. So this is why I feel like right now it's starting to stabilize and you're seeing a lot of attention from big money. So in reality, Rivian might be one of the best discount plays out there. And then aside from that, it did recently have a new analyst rating. So you can kind of see that right here. So it just came out, just showed yesterday, I believe it came out early this morning, but a $9 price target upgrade from UBS. Joseph, who does have a 51% success rating. So not all of that great, but still, the fact that it is sub $9 and they gave a $9 price target, still generally bullish. So as a consensus, $16.91 is all the ratings compiled together, and that is a 101.07% upside from here. So in reality, I think a lot of people are really looking at Rivian as a now value play, which in my opinion, I think is 100% accurate. And then aside from that, just while I'm on here, the technicals obviously is one negative of Rivian. So it does have, obviously based on the Elliott wave technicals, it does have $10.32 as a pivot point. So for as long as Rivian is below that, then this is where roughly about the high 6s to low 7s is anticipated. So in my opinion, I feel like that is kind of crazy. But if there's more developments from the whole Israel scenario, then yeah, I do feel like could potentially go down to these levels. But anyone who doesn't want to buy Rivian at these prices, given just their cash alone, not even counting any future prospects for it, is kind of crazy. But then again, what do I know, right? I'm not financial advisor. You guys always do your own due diligence. So I'll give you a quick overview of some of the other current data points, including this. So shorts right now are increasing 845,000 shares. 19.27% of the free float is being shorted. So all-time high short interest, 133.06 million shares overall are being shorted, and cost per average is 1.58%. And so when it comes to Tesla, I'm sure everyone knows by now that they have laid off quite a few staff, and plus a lot of their VPs have really left. A lot of people seem to be very much in love with this Drew individual, and there is a lot of pictures that's popping up between RJ and Drew. So maybe Rivian did poach him. I'm not really sure, but I saw this floating around on Twitter or X, whatever the hell it's called. So nothing officially confirmed, but you never know. This could be one very good aspect for Rivian. So aside from all of that other fun jazz, though, there hasn't been any news. So it's just been piggybacking off of the broader market. As far as options, $828,000 in calls being purchased versus 965 in puts. Sentiment wise, very evenly divided between calls and puts for that. So 45% of all the options so far today are bearish. And of the call options that are being purchased, there's a consensus for it to be roughly around $9 and by this week. So more of a recovery. Then looking at puts, you see it more of a consensus below $8. And like I already mentioned, a lot of money is getting into Rivian on the secondary market, as you can kind of see. Even the dark pool, very popular today. Dark pool is linked to shorting, as I brought up in the past. If you're looking at trading Rivian though, with it at $8.47, it is trading between this S3 and this S2. So right here, I am on the 1-day chart, and it was actually briefly below this S3. So that's outside the boiling Bollinger Band, so logically it doesn't really make sense for it to be there, especially based on the cash. So no doubtably this is why you are getting kind of the dip bought up with Rivian, in my own opinion, of course. But some points to watch for is 837 to really hold, vice versa $9.62 will be that next strong target for Rivian. On the actual chart itself, so like I kind of mentioned right here, it is lower percentile of the Bollinger Band, and as of right now it's actually outside the Bollinger Band. Stochastic, no defined trend, but it is at roughly 3, so that is just mind-blowingly oversold. And then just number of retail investors haven't been doing any swift moves, so they've been kind of stabilizing, as you can kind of see right here. So let me know your thoughts on Rivian. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? What have you been doing with Rivian? On a side note, going back over to Interactive Brokers, I have been monitoring to see what analysts have been doing for their upcoming earnings, so to see if there's any changes for earnings per share or revenue, and there hasn't been anything so far. But I will continue to monitor this just in case there is any changes, so I'll keep you up to date with that. And so if, on a side note, if you're looking for a lot of good compiled information such as everything I mentioned on Interactive Brokers, it is completely free, so take advantage of that. Link in the description below and also the comments. So Interactive Brokers, especially with their new desktop app, is pretty kick-ass if you ask me. But getting back to this though, like I mentioned, I think just a lot of value investors are really looking at Rivian. As you can kind of see right here, it does seem to be very much orienting towards upside, so just take note of those strong support and resistance points. Let me know your thoughts on Rivian. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? And with all that though, I appreciate all of you watching, and make sure you guys take advantage of this promo as well with Moomoo. It is completely free stuff, so you might as well just throw $100 at a new account. They do give you 7 fractional shares of the Mag 7, so kind of a no-brainer if you ask me. With that said, appreciate all of you watching.